Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Eternal MMA 90 weigh-ins with the welterweight main event, David Martinez, who I'm a little scared standing next to now.
Brother, don't worry, you'll be safe for now.
Now, mate, a lot has been talked about, obviously, the lightweight issues, but now you're a welterweight, you're looking good, you're feeling good, you had a bit of fun up there, how'd you feel?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Like you said, a lot has been said, but like you haven't been perpetuating this.
A lot has been said by me. No, it's only because I know how amazing you are, and I want everyone to focus on your skill, not the bullshit.
Well, I suppose, man, but then why do you keep drawing attention to the BS?
Because it hasn't gone away.
That's true. I can't argue with that.
And look, it is. I think people need to obviously focus on just how good you are. You're the cream of the crop. Like I said, you've had one sketchy with the buggy choke, that weird result. Other than that, I mean, your last loss was like, a doctor's stoppage by Blake Donnelly. Other than that, you have dominated so many people. And I want people to focus on that because you really could get to the next level. But with all this weigh-in bullshit that has previously happened, is it frustrating that people focus, me included, focus more on that than your actual ability?
Well, I don't know, man. It's kind of always been a mixed bag when it comes to me. Like, beforehand, people kind of just wrote me off as sort of one note. The guy that comes forward and gets his head battered and then wrestles the life out of you. But and everyone just kind of wrote me off. Everyone was happy to line up and fight me because they're like, oh, he seems like an easy one to actually get the win over. But different story when you're in there with me, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like you've killed a lot of dreams. Like everyone was like a contender coming up. They get through Martinez and they got the belt, or they get the UFC, and you just shut that shit down.
Brother, I'm an expert at it, including killing my own dreams in some cases, so it's like...
Ooh, something that I also said as well was two new sort of facets to your game has been sort of the violent elbows and ground and pound, and your very underrated striking. I mean, you stood toe-to-toe with Wes Kappa, who's one of the most accomplished stand-up fighters going around. You're sort of all putting it together now. Do you feel like, with the other shit aside, in terms of skill, that you're starting to get the credit you deserve?
I hope you're not picking on my phone right here, taking it out of his game.
If anyone in the sport could bring two opponents together to hate one guy, it's me. Of course, Brenton Mumford, your opponent. I mean, is it weird? I mean, Smiling Assassin, you always like your opponents. You're always quite friendly. Yeah. Is it weird to be such good mates with your opponent?
No, man. He's fantastic. Absolute legend of the sport.
And how quickly are you going to beat him? Not as quick as last time. Is it weird? I mean, just going into my third question with not letting you answer yet, but is it weird going up against a guy that you have already beaten?
No, man. To me, previous fights don't count going into the matchup, as far as I'm aware. I understand there's some psychological elements in that, but no, I kind of look at it as like an even slate, fresh beginning type thing.
Is it this nice challenge of becoming a welterweight now, or was it always sort of in your mind, or has this kind of just been thrust upon you? Because I can only imagine you didn't want to go up, but people have made you.
Yeah, I don't know, I had a real connection to the idea of being a lightweight that for the longest time I couldn't even think of letting go, wouldn't dream of it type thing, but circumstances have kind of forced me to try this out, and so we'll see how it goes, man. Take it one step at a time.
And do you think with a victory that you're sort of right there to sort of have a title shot?
Oh, well, I haven't looked that far down the track, man. I'm just keen on this fight, really. But yeah.
Well, I guess people want to know as well, how has the weight cut been? I mean, you still obviously, you're not walking around at 77 kilos. You still had to cut weight and manage and diet. So how's that process been for you?
Well, it's much simpler this time because of what I normally walk around at. And so I got a dietitian on board, and he just actually kept me at the same weight the entire way through, and then dropped it at the end.
Who's your dietitian?
It's Christoph.
Oh.
Strive.
New,
yeah. Well, he's worked with members of the team before, like Gauchi and Jamie, but he's new on board for me. Yeah.
And let me ask you this: did anyone have any sort of conversations with you, obviously with the last couple of mishaps and whatnot, and I was speaking to Kyle Noak as well, and he talks about how good you can be and all that sort of stuff, and you got some really great guys around you. Did anyone have to sit you down and have a chat about it or anything like that?
Well, no one's proper sat me down and said, hey, you seem to be struggling a bit. It might be time to. They kind of always been like, hey, you know that freaking. What do you think about 77, Dave? Like, there's always kind of like little nudges, little hints here and there, but I'm a freaking desert doorpost, brother. I don't pick up on that stuff. I'm just like, oh yeah, great, yeah, and then I just keep going on with what I'm doing. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, mate, finally, prediction for the fight. How's it going against Brenton Mumford?
Well, he might just, just then he might just jump in and surprise me, man.
Yeah, he looked like he had your back there.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm done for now. This has been a reversal of fortunes.
All right, mate. Well, I'm going to kind of move this along because I feel like Jane, your manager and partner, is putting a hex on me right behind you. But
I can see you pouring sweat. Like.
I'm pretty scared. She scares me. You'd think one of the best in Australia would scare me, but no, it's Jane. Jane scares the shit out of me. Now, when it comes to this and on the weekend, mate, I know I've been one that has really throwing gasoline in the fire about this sort of shit, but I'm really happy that you're getting this opportunity to go up a level, show everyone that regardless of the weight class that you can get to an even bigger level than what you've done before. So I'm glad that you've gone through this, and I'm glad you've got this opportunity. I'm glad that you can show people how good you really are.
Oh man, I'm just glad that I've had so many opportunities to provide you with content.
You are my number one kid. I do like it. Thanks, brother.
Well, thanks.
Best of luck, brother. There's Jane.